Hi guys, Chef Kevin Belton here. Now, tomorrow is National Wine and Cheese Day. So I was trying to think, what could I do for that? Now, I don't drink, but I have a lot of friends that love wine. So I'm figuring, hey, it's summertime, it's hot, it's warm, they like wine. Well, let's make a wine pop. We can call it a boozy pop, all right? We're gonna make red wine frozen pops. And let me show you how what we're gonna do. First off, I have some red wine. I have a cup of red wine. And you know, in this you could use water, you could use sparkling water. I decided to go with a little soda, okay? Pick your favorite lime soda, and that's what I went with. But in our pan, I'm gonna put in a half a cup of our soda. The rest of our soda is in with the wine. We're gonna get the juice of a lemon. I should say the juice of a lime, I'm sorry. Because what this is going to do, what we're making here is like a simple syrup to sweeten our pops, all right? So we got that lime soda, we've got our fresh lime juice, and we're gonna get in a couple of teaspoons of honey. The honey is going to give us our sweetness for this. Now I'm using honey. You can use agave syrup, all right? Anything that, you know, I would prefer a liquid sweetener, something like this. So I'm going to put this on a medium heat back here, all right? And I'm just going to let this come up to temperature. This is going to reduce down and heat up and make us a nice simple syrup to go ahead and sweeten our wine and our soda. Now remember, you might say, hey, how are you going to make freeze pops with alcohol in the wine? Well, here's the thing about wine. Wine doesn't have as much alcohol as some of the more, say, hard alcohols. Say like your bourbons and your whiskeys and things like that. Now, if you choose to do something like that, then that's a whole different recipe because you have to cook that down because you have to reduce the alcohol so when you put it in the refrigerator, it can freeze. Well, wine doesn't have that much alcohol in it. So that's why we can make these without having to cook that wine down to get rid of that alcohol. But you know what? While this is heating up and making our simple syrups, you know, hey, it's warm. We have to do something for the kids as well. So why not, let's make a frozen yogurt pop for the kids. So here, let me move this out of the way. Show you how simple this is. Here, I've just pureed some blueberries. Had a couple of cups of blueberries, just totally pureed them. Into our blueberries, we're gonna go with a couple of tablespoons of honey. Same thing here. How sweet do you want it? Do you want it a little sweeter or non-sweet? If you use a different fruit, now we're doing this with blueberries. We could do this with a strawberry. You could do it with a peach. You could do it with any flavor that you really like. But here, the more honey, the more agave syrup, the sweeter it's gonna be. We're also gonna put in a couple of cups of Greek yogurt. Now, I have a mixture of blueberry yogurt and I have some cherry yogurt. So we're just gonna get this mixed in. Come on. See, that yogurt has a little bit of sweetness. I wouldn't use a plain yogurt, even if we decide to use even a vanilla yogurt. So we just want to swirl this together. And you see, I like using, instead of pureeing the yogurt with the fruit, this way it doesn't get all the same color and it starts to swirl. Now, for these, because they're a little thicker, I'm gonna go and put these into pops like this, all right? And of course, gang, you know, Monica tells me you guys can find these in the grocery store. Very inexpensive. And now the thing is just to get these filled. So we can use a spoon, but I'm gonna try this spatula, get this. No, and guess what? Okay, no. We're going with the spoon, all right? So I'll get these filled while our reduce is there, and we'll see in a minute after we get all these filled up. Look guys, look how pretty this looks. Now, if you don't have something like this, You know the little paper Dixie cups? Take a paper cup, put this in a paper cup, and put the little stick on it. And then guess what? If you don't have the stick, that's all right. You can put a plastic spoon in it and put it in the freezer that way. And that way the kids can just unwrap that paper cup and it'll be on a spoon where they can lick it off of there. Now, this, because it's so solid, because of that pureed fruit in the yogurt, it's going to be hard to get it into the bags that I'm going to use for the wine. Now, what I've done, our simple syrup had cooked down. Remember, we had the honey in it, we had the soda in it, and that lime juice. I cooked that down a little bit, but I let it cool off a minute. Now I've put it into our bowl with our wine and the rest of the soda. So now the trick is getting it into these bags. So you can use a measuring cup. I'm just going to use this little pitcher. Let's see if I can do this without spilling most of it. Okay, of course I spilled some of it. Now, this is where Monica is much better at this than I am, okay? These little bags are great. It comes with a little funnel, and you can see what I'm saying, how it's a little hard to get that yogurt in here. But this way, with this one, we just pour it right in. And you notice, Monica told me, hey, why don't you put some blueberries in there? So I did. So in each bag, I have a few blueberries, okay? Now, we close that off. And you notice I left a little room at the top, okay? Whether you use water, whether you use soda, what's going to happen, it's going to expand a little bit as it freezes. That's why we want to leave that little room at the top, okay? Let's do one more. See those blueberries in there? Okay? You know, you could take strawberries if you were doing strawberry. If you want to do white wine instead of red wine, use strawberries, use peaches. You could cut those up or muddle those and put those down in the bag. So here, let's get this one filled. Not too much. All right, we'll stop a little bit there. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these filled. Look how cute this looks. We're going to get them in the freezer, and I can't wait to show you how they're going to come out. Oh, nice freezy wine pops and yogurt pops for the kids. Oh, we'll see you after they freeze. It is here. We have arrived. It's National Wine and Cheese Day. And look what I grabbed out of the freezer. Look at our wonderful wine pops made with red wine. And remember, I use soda in it, okay, to make that. And threw a few blueberries in the pack. We have our cheeses and our breads. And don't forget, for the kids, we made the yogurt pops, all right? Now, in the yogurt pops, we use blueberries. But remember, peaches, any type of fruit you want, strawberries, all right? With the wine pops, we did a red wine pop, okay, using red wine. But you know what? If you're a white wine drinker, use white wine and use things like peaches and maybe raspberries, okay? With the red wine, you could do blueberries, you could do strawberries, hey, whatever fruit that you like. So I hope this helps cool off during the summertime. So to celebrate National Wine and Cheese Day, you can have your wine, you can have your cheese, and also the kids can stay cool at the same time. So keep washing those hands, mask up. For WWL, I'm Chef Kevin Belton, and have yourself a fantastic Saturday.